Hello everyone, Kayla here, and this is What the Kink, a natural hair channel. Let's talk about dryness, okay? When I went natural, so like cut the relaxed ends off, I was preoccupied with dryness. I thought my hair was dry as heck, and you couldn't tell me otherwise. Y'all, if I knew then what I know now, I would just like grab myself and shake myself because in fact, looking through the lens of what I know and what I'm going to share in this video, I didn't have dry hair. I didn't have dry hair at all, so I could have chilled. I could have relaxed. I think the reason why I thought I had dry hair is because the two things that naturals think of when they think of dry hair is hair that is rough and hair that is dull. Like those are the two things that we're like, yep, case closed, that's dry hair. And the issue with using these two things to determine dry hair is because someone's hair could be rough to the touch just because they have hair that is coarse. We often misuse the word coarse in the natural hair world, but basically coarse means that their individual strands of hair are thick. They have hair that, one piece of hair, I hold it up and you can see it from here. One piece of hair in the hand, you roll the fingers back and forth and you definitely, noticeably feel that hair. That's coarse hair. And so it doesn't mean that someone who has hair that's coarse has dry hair. That just may be an element of their hair. And so the other thing, speaking of dullness, is, people love to use shine as an indicator of health of the hair, but shine really has to do with how your hair reflects light. And the smoother your hair is, the more it's going to reflect the light, right? So some of us have sheeny hair. Sheeny hair looks more sparkly, especially in direct sunlight, but it doesn't look like that indoors. Also, shine can be mimicked or created with product. So these two things that we commonly use to say someone's hair is dry could actually not mean that the person's hair is dry and that those are just elements of their hair. But these are the two things that I was using that made me think that my hair was dry. Instead, if we want to determine if our hair is dry, we should look more into behaviors of the hair. We've heard people say over and over again that dryness is a behavior, but what does that really mean, right? So one thing that dry hair may do is it may lack elasticity. That shrinkage ain't shrinking like it's supposed to be doing. That bounce back ain't bouncing back like it's supposed to. That could be an indicator of dryness. A big one also is breakage. The hair breaking off left and right. Little pieces of hair left everywhere. That ain't right, okay? Dry hair is going to break. It's going to be more brittle. And then another indicator of hair being dry is that perhaps maybe it doesn't hold a style as well. Now, this could be that you need to work on your technique. But if you're doing something that's tried and true that used to work, or using the same products and nothing else has changed, and the style is not getting past day 1 or 2, you might perhaps have dry hair. Hydrated hair holds sets better, has elasticity, and of course it's not breaking because the hair is hydrated. So I had none of these behaviors, y'all. I had none of these behaviors on my natural hair. My natural hair was healthy as heck, okay? But you know what I did have? I had dry, relaxed hair. Had the nerve to be talking about the natural hair is dry when my relaxed hair was dry. It was doing all these behaviors. Of course, I can't assess elasticity because it's relaxed, right? However, the breakage was insane, okay? The breakage was insane, and my hair was so lubricated and coated that I couldn't tell that my hair was dry. Because I used to be a wrap queen, okay? I used to wrap my hair. And if you've never wrapped your hair before, wrapping really distributes that oil up off your scalp. And I only got my hair done at the salon every other week, and I never did my own hair. So I didn't put any products on my hair, but my hair was still really coated because the oils from my scalp were getting in my hair every night when I would wrap it, and then you comb it down, and so it continues to distribute. So by the second week, I always had my hair in a ponytail because the oils were just too much on my hair. So a little tip is if you do have straight hair, you might, when you're worried about it being weighed down and greasy all the time, maybe stop wrapping it. That might help you out. A little side note tip. But I just know that if I ever went back to relax, which I'm not intending to, I don't think I ever will do that because I could just be a straight natural, so what's the point? But if I ever did want to have relaxed hair again, would definitely got to get that dryness under control. I definitely think that I would have hair that wasn't as dry as my hair was before. Hair everywhere, y'all. Just, oh my God, and had the nerve to say that the natural hair was dry. What really was the issue is that I wasn't used to feeling the texture of my actual natural hair. My hairstylist says that a lot of her kinky hair clients don't really need to have their hair trimmed that much. They think that the ends are damaged, but the truth is that they're just feeling their actual natural texture. And then I also was used to having my hair like being smooth from the relaxed and straight hair and then being coated in product and having a conditioner-y feel. And I wasn't feeling that anymore. And so that is why I thought that I had dryness, but in reality, I really didn't. Now, I eventually did have dry hair with all the behaviors that I listed of dry hair. And it was caused because I began to stretch out my wash days to where I was washing my hair once a month for a little period. Please don't get on me. I know better now. I always tell y'all, don't get on me for that. But meanwhile, the whole month, I was still continuing to coat my hair with little sprays of like conditioner and oil and all types of stuff in between. So I was putting product, lubricating this hair, but it was meanwhile being suffocated and not getting water regularly. So I caused my hair to become dry, and it did break off horribly. So I had length in places on strands, okay? The whole hair was not, okay? It was not good. It was not good. So eventually I did have dry, natural hair. If you've watched this video and you have determined that your hair is in fact dry, I do have an old video where I talked about why your hair might be dry. Listen, fast forward to about halfway through the video, okay, girl? Because I'm just talking all types of stuff. The science has not changed as of what I'm saying, but my reaction to the science in modern times have changed, and that's a topic for another video, okay? But get on that, girl. Go watch that, guy, friend, go watch that as to why your hair may be dry if you are having dryness. Hey, subscribe, invite me to your subscriptions page, and I'll talk to you in the next one.